The Indian Navy has rescued the MV Lila Norfolk, a Liberia flight cargo vessel that was reportedly boarded by pirates off the coast of Somalia. A stunning, unprecedented rescue operation involving the Indian Navy's premier Marine Commando unit took place. This is the first time in recent memory that the Marcos, have been deployed in an operation so far away from India's territorial waters, and the success of the operation shows India's growing military prowess and only serves to improve our stellar record and reputation. I have with me Colonel Shivdan Singh with us on the broadcast. Colonel Singh, thank you so much for speaking to NewsX. I'd just like to understand firstly from you, sir, when we talk about the Marcos, what is it that you can tell our viewers about this particular unit?
This is about Marcos ship?
We're talking about the MV Leela, sir, which has been rescued by the Indian Navy.
Yeah. Actually, it's a big threat to the international trade and transport, which is through sea. Some time back, if you remember, America has also threatened Houthi terrorists that if they attack any ship in the ocean, they will be given befitting reply. And since long, these terrorists are making the sea routes unsafe, and our Indian Navy has done a commendable job by rescuing this ship and assuring the private transports and sea carriers that you need not to worry, our Navy is doing its job. And it is the biggest job which Navy has done for the national security, because the economic condition of the country is dependent on the transportation and international trade. So by securing seas, Indian Navy is contributing in a big way in the national security of the country.
Colonel Singh, we're having some trouble with your connection there, and I'll come back to you in just a moment. Ambassador Goyal also with us on the broadcast. Ambassador Goyal, unprecedented in recent times for India to actually deploy its Navy to some of these waters and for us to then have a very successful rescue operation. What are your first thoughts, sir?
Absolutely. I think what you're saying, this is actually unprecedented action taken by the Indian Defence Forces, Indian Navy in particular. I do recall that this area, Red Sea, particularly near Somalia, the Gulf of Aden, the Bab el-Mandeb, these are now becoming very treacherous and prone to all kinds of conflicts. It's a very prominent conflict zone where Houthis are active, where the pirates are active, everything. Now, also USA had established the OPC, and India is not part of OPC, but there are all kinds of navies now active in the group. Therefore, my first thought after listening to this news is that, first of all, bravo and kudos to our Navy men who have gone there and rescued the Indian sailors on the ship and ensured the safety of the ship. They have truly performed in the traditions of the Indian Navy and the Indian Armed Forces. The second thing I would like to say here is that we are slowly getting entangled in the conflict zone in Red Sea. And we will need to chalk out our strategy very, very carefully, because now we cannot avoid becoming part of the larger conflict in the area. By taking this action, which we had to, we are getting involved and we are getting entangled in a larger conflict. Yes.
When you say, Ambassador Goyal, we're getting involved in a larger conflict, I mean, there were 15 Indians on board the ship. So what is it that, I'd just like for you to perhaps elaborate on that particular statement. Should India be involved, or are you saying that India should perhaps move with some caution?
I had already said that with the Indians on board the ship and the Indian Navy took action, perhaps it was unavoidable. We had to do this for the security of Indian nationals, etc., etc. And therefore, I have already praised our Navy men. I have already said that it was perhaps unavoidable. What I'm saying here is that having taken this action, we need to work more cohesively. We need to really look at our strategy in a more calculated manner, because having taken this action, it is going to become increasingly difficult for the Indian Navy to avoid getting involved in the conflict. That's all I'm saying. And therefore, we need to be prepared, and we need to develop our strategy and the plans cohesively and carefully now. I had already said that it was probably unavoidable, and therefore we should leave it there.
All right. Colonel Shabdan Singh, I'd just like to understand your perspective as well, sir. That, of course, in this case, as Ambassador Goyal said, that our involvement was unavoidable, but we've seen in just the past few months where there have been now reports of attempted hijackings, the Indian Navy has been involved. What is your take on this, sir?
Hello?
Yes, Colonel Shabdan Singh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello?
Okay, we'll try to connect Colonel Shabdan Singh via the phone if we can, but let me bring in Colonel T.P. Tyagi. He is also joining us on the broadcast. Colonel T.P. Tyagi, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to NewsX and for helping our viewers perhaps understand what has happened as far as this particular rescue mission in the Arabian Sea is concerned. What do you make of the news that has come out, sir?
This gives an excellent example of caring your people. Now you know what has happened, Houthis or somebody else or whosoever, but in this case it is the Somalia Samudri Dakus who had captured a commercial ship and it was being taken to the coast of Somalia. It was at that time that the crew requested the Indian Navy, Indian government, and we immediately, we employed our Reaper drone and also our P-8I aircraft, and we also sent a warship. And this is called the effect and the strength of a nation, that after hearing that the naval people from India are coming, all those Samudri Dakus, they fled and they left the ship. And this is how all our, I think, 15 crew were saved. Remaining, there were, I think, about 21, they were also saved. And the ship is under control of Indian Navy. Now, this sort of concern is being shown repeatedly. The example is Yemen. The example is Ukraine. The example is here. So wherever an Indian personnel is in problem, in Qatar also, there were 8 naval officers who were given the final capital punishment, but now that has been reduced. So my point is that this is a changing pattern of caring for your people. There was a time when it was said that it is only America and Israel. Israel has given 1,000 people liberty to leave their jails in response for one of their Fauji. And similarly, America also was concerned about every one of its soldiers. But this example is now being given a right by India, where we are taking care of each one of personnel. This increases your confidence, your credibility, your effectiveness, and your image in the world community.
Absolutely. But at the same time, sir, I'd just like to understand your perspective. We just had one of the panelists on the channel talk about how, of course, in this particular mission, it was probably unavoidable for India to be involved given the location of the cargo vessel and also the fact that 15 people on board the cargo vessel were Indians. However, there have been now incidents in the recent past where we have seen the Indian Navy very proactively responding to calls that have come in on certain hijacking attempts off the coast of Somalia. What do you make of the entire situation, sir? Do you feel that the Indian Navy needs to, of course, play a larger role in securing the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea? Colonel TP Tyagi.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, Colonel Tyagi, I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, I am telling you, ma'am, the moment you say Indian Ocean means the word Indian comes first. It is our ocean. And that is a good reason that in spite of the best efforts by China of having a string of pearls, of having Maldives, of having Chittagong, of having Gwadar, of going for Djibouti and going for Hambantota in Sri Lanka. In spite of all these efforts of China, the advantage remains with India. Reasons. One is that we have got the strength of capability. So far, we were going into the nation, particularly in Pakistan, we did it in surgical strike and air strike. But now we have developed strength of capability also. That is by remaining on the land, we can engage the target. And the target may be the Chinese ship in the Indian Ocean. So in Indian Ocean, we are concerned. We are concerned for one more reason, that our Kalpakam nuclear plant is in the southern peninsula of India. We are very near to Sri Lanka. And the Malacca state is also almost in our control from Andaman and Nicobar Island. So Indian Ocean is advantage India. And we will not allow any such thing which goes against the interest of our country. And I will request you to expand your question further so that I could answer.
Right, absolutely. Colonel TP Tyagi, I'll come to you in just a moment, sir, because some more breaking inputs coming in on this particular story. We've been told that the first video of the rescued Indian crew on board MV Lila Norfolk narrating the ordeal has now come out. They say we are proud of the Indian Navy as they chant Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Let's quickly listen into what happened there. This is the first visual of the rescued individuals from the MV Lila Norfolk. However, this is not something that we've picked up from the Indian Navy's official Twitter handle, because I'm tracking it very closely here. So they have not put this out, but this video is circulating on Twitter right now. So I'd just like to put out that caveat there, that these are visuals that are floating online. We'll try to get this particular video with audio as well. It would be interesting to hear what is it that is being said. But Colonel TP Tyagi, first visuals, sir, have come out of the 15 Indian crew members of this MV Lila Norfolk, and they say that they're grateful to the Indian Navy for coming in. They further said that they were stuck for 24 hours and the Indian Navy swiftly came in to give them relief, and how proud they are of the Indian Navy.
Yes, I have not seen the video because my video is not on, but nevertheless, I can make out. After 24 hours of captivity, if somebody gets a freedom, his first reaction is that he should thank the person who is responsible for their freedom or for saving them from the clutches of Samudri Dakos. They are saying Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Yes, they are proud of Navy. Yes, we are proud of every single organization of this country. We should not forget that 41 miners who were trapped inside a tunnel, and after a long struggle, and with the help of the red miners and with the help of the foreign machines, we could extricate them also. So that was also saving our people. Now everything, you look at it from many point of view, it is increasing our capability of looking after our persons and our persons' faith in us. And as far as Indian Navy is concerned, Indian Navy should be given a standing salute for very many reasons. First reason is this, that in all operations which have been conducted by Navy, it got success. Second thing, इसने गुलामी की जंजीरों को तोड़ा है, यानी कि Indian Navy has changed its flag, it has changed its uniform, it has changed its epaulets and they are all Indianized. Now they have got very little resemblance with the Royal Indian Navy. It is now exclusively Indian Navy, and Indian Navy is doing exceptionally well in all operations wherever it has been assigned one or the other responsibility. Two aircraft carriers are being managed now by Indian Navy. And imagine the China, which is far more as compared to us. We are talking of 3 trillion economy. It is already 15 trillion economy. It made the third aircraft carrier, and that went down the sea. It did not operate the way it ought to have operated. So imagine that now India and China are almost comparable as far as the strength is concerned, and as far as the fighting capability and killing capability. India has got a upper hand over China in Indian Ocean particularly.
Right, absolutely. So stay on with us, Colonel Tyagi, because we also have Colonel Shivdan Singh with us on the broadcast. Colonel Shivdan Singh, if you can hear me, sir, first visuals have come out of the 15 Indians who were on board the MV Lila Norfolk, of course, along with the other crew members as well. And the Indian crew members, they're chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai as they thank the Indian Navy for coming in swiftly and carrying out this rescue operation. It's an important moment, sir, and for us to understand what has happened and the extent of this particular operation and the amount of swiftness, agility and intelligence it requires for our country, for any navy for that matter, to go in and ensure that a crucial critical rescue operation of a cargo vessel is successful and in such a short amount of time.
You see, wheresoever required, Indian Navy has done its duty commendably and has made the seas safe for our country. This task which they have performed is commendable. Within a short span of time, our ship could reach there and rescue these trapped sailors of the merchant ship. So this way, they have assured the nation that our seas are safe. So we should feel proud about Indian Navy. At the same time, I want to say something like South China Sea has been made safe by forming Quad with America, Japan and Australia. Same way, this is high time that this kind of treaty should be extended for Arabian Sea also, because at present Arabian Sea has become very unsafe. Houthi terrorists, Hezbollah terrorists are threatening ships. They are attacking with drones. Like some time back, America has threatened these terrorist organizations that if they retaliate, then certainly America will attack them and destroy them. So before this war between Hamas and Israel spread into the world war, we should form a sort of Quad type of organization for Arabian Sea, so that our Arabian seas are safe and international shipping transport is also safe for all the countries which are passing through Arabian Sea. So it's a high time that India should take initiative, like India taken initiative for formation of Quad. In this way also, India should try to take initiative and club all those countries like America, like all these countries which have supported America in the threat to the Houthis, like Britain, Japan, Australia, etc., so that the Arabian Seas are safe.
Right, absolutely. Colonel Shivdan Singh, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Let's quickly listen in to what is it that the rescued individuals have had to say. Let's play out the video, please.
24 घंटे से बंद है। इंडियन नेवी आके हम लोग को थोड़ा राहत मिला है और इंडियन नेवी आई एम प्राउड ऑफ भारत माता के भारत माता के भारत माता के।
Absolutely, very heartening visuals there. I'd like to bring back Colonel T.P. Tyagi. Colonel Tyagi, this is after many years, as per some reports, after almost 4 years, that suddenly there is a resurgence of some of these hijacking attempts, especially by Somalian pirates or particularly off the coast of Somalia. What do you think has resulted in, like I said, a resurgence of the Somalian pirates making a comeback almost after 4 years?
Necessity is the mother of invention, or the things take birth depending upon the changing circumstances. Now you imagine the Houthis are attacking the commercial ships in the Red Sea, irrespective of the fact whether they are Israel bound or whether they are any other NATO country bound. So most of the shipping companies, instead of taking the Red Sea route, they are taking a longer route, which involves about 10 days extra journey, and that is via Cape of Good Hope. That is via Somalia. That is in front of Somalia. It is through Africa. Now, Somalia, Samundri Daku, as I call them, they got an opportunity that now more number of ships are passing through these lanes. So they were almost lying dormant since last about 4 years, but all of a sudden now they have emerged because they have got little additional traffic, more number of commercial ships, and the afraid commercial ships, because they are afraid because they are not taking the Red Sea route, and it is easier to control and go down a person who is already afraid. So those ships, those who are passing near to the Somalia coast, are being attacked by their dacoits. Now this is one of the reasons, and that is why US has said that it is an international point of worry, because this entails that a problem which was almost wiped out is resurging now. So hence it has got to be controlled by all might, and now actions are being taken. I hope that situation will come under control. The Samundri Dakus, they are also not that powerful as they used to be, because had they been, they would not have run away from the ship which has been taken control of by the Indian Navy in Arabian Sea. So it means that though they are surging up, though they have come up into the picture, but it is only on temporarily and not in a bigger force.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.